You guys tell me if it's lopsided, okay? Because I'm like, it looks like it's lopsided. Like, hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another remake versus original. It's been a little while since I've done one of these. I can't remember the last one I did. Poltergeist? I think it was Poltergeist. Yeah, so I thought I would do another one as I was inspired by one of the new TV shows that premiered last weekend? Yeah, on Halloween last weekend. So I thought I would pit The Evil Dead and Evil Dead together. Pit them together, pit them against each other in a remake versus original. So, it's been so long since I've done one of these, I can't remember how I started. I mean, the storyline for both is pretty much basically the same. A group of college-age kids go to a cabin in the woods for the weekend and they discover creepy, demonic type things, books, recordings, and things like that. And of course, they investigate them, listen to the recordings, read from the book bound in human skin, because who doesn't do that? And they summon demons that possess each kid one by one in a gory, wonderful mess. Both are the same at their core. I mean, like a remake is. The remake, of course, is gonna take from the original. But I think the biggest difference between these two movies, and why I kind of wanted to talk about them as well, because there is one very obvious difference in the remake. So I'm sure most of you, if not all of you out there, have seen Sam Raimi's The Evil Dead from 1981. And you know that it is, while it's also a horror movie, it is full of absolute ridiculousness and excess, and it's almost like a cartoon or like a comic book or something. It's a little like, it's just so like kind of cuckoo and wacky. That differs very much from the 2013 remake, where director last name is Alvarez. I don't know how you say his first name though. Fetty? No idea. I'll put it right here. The biggest difference that Alvarez puts into the movie is he takes out the comedy completely, and the movie is a much darker tone than Raimi's The Evil Dead. So the original movie, Sam Raimi's original The Evil Dead, like I said, is very comic book and cartoonish in its comedy. But anything I've ever read on that movie, which I find interesting, is that, at least from what I've read, I mean, obviously I don't know, people were still terrified by this movie despite all the comedy and kind of the ridiculousness in it. And I found that interesting because I feel like nowadays people don't, and this could just be me making a huge generalization, but people don't really look at horror comedy blends like the same way. I think we all mostly just see them as comedy movies that have like a creepy theme, and nobody actually like finds them scary anymore. They're just there to make you laugh. But Raimi keeps the horror in The Evil Dead really well, I think. The parts I find most terrifying in that movie are his unsteady cam, which, if you guys have seen that movie, you'll know it's those those iconic shots where the camera is like moving through the woods towards the cabin, and it's literally like the most unsteady thing. Instead of like gliding smoothly like any other shot like that would, it's very unsteady, almost like somebody is running. It's like almost like somebody is running, but it's not that unsteady. It's like somewhere in between. And it's really, I find it really unsettling. It just got dark in here. I just find it really unsettling with those shots. I find that really terrifying. So I can kind of see too what those people like I can understand what those people who have written on The Evil Dead are saying about how it's still terrifying, still scary while keeping the comedy in there. I find that unsteady cam really unsettling. Like it's almost like somebody's running, but not. So it's like something else. I don't know, I can't describe it, but it's really, really creepy. Then you have the gore and excess, like almost to the point of parody, almost. Like there are some points that just gets like so ridiculous, it's almost like they're making fun of your typical cabin in the woods slasher type movie. And then we have 2013 Evil Dead, dropping the from there, which I found an interesting choice. It's like a remake, but it's just Evil Dead, not The Evil Dead. I wonder why that is. Anyways, so like I said before about the horror comedy, I feel like people don't see it the same way anymore. So I think that might, this is just a guess here, that might have been part of the decision to make it a darker tone with no comedy at all. I mean, I still found it a little bit funny because Alvarez keeps the, oh no, I think the thing will come around. Alvarez still keeps the gore in excess in the movie. All the like chopping off of limbs and blood just like spurting out ridiculously. And even rains blood at the end of the movie, like from the sky rains blood. So he still keeps that in there. So I still found a little bit of ridiculousness in there, but it was all a much darker tone because like the kids are there to help our main character, Mia, kick her drug use. So, and that kind of feeds into like them thinking she's hallucinating a lot of the times, especially after the iconic, should I call it iconic? Whatever, it's iconic tree raping scene, which of course is in the remake. And they think she's just hallucinating and, you know, is withdrawals from her drug use. So it's all a much darker tone. And I feel like it was more like young adult drama type in this movie. Like the storyline was like almost something you'd see in like Degrassi or something. Like it's just like all like teen drama, even though they're not teens. You know what I mean though. But I think that darker tone fits more in 2013. I think if he had tried to do the comedy as well, I don't think it would have gone over as well. I mean, not that I think that this remake went over well that much anyway. Like, did anyone like really, like I kind of liked it. It was okay. It's not the worst remake I've seen, but I don't know. Did you guys like the remake? I'm not sure. But I feel like people definitely would have hated it if Alvarez took it the same way Raimi did with like the horror comedy blend. I don't think it would have gone over as well. I know I don't normally kind of pick and choose my favorite at the end of these, but I think I'm going to this time. I think The Evil Dead 1981 has the solid win here. Although I think the remake might have the win for the amount of fake blood used. I read a couple of places that they used about 70,000 gallons of blood in the remake, and 50,000 of it alone was in that end sequence where it rains blood. Good job on that one though. I think the fake blood win goes to the remake, but I'd say a solid win for Raimi's The Evil Dead. Although, as a remake goes, I don't think the 2013 version is all that bad. I think they took it the correct route by changing it slightly and bringing something new to the table, something that the audience of 2013 would relate to a little more or understand a little more, taking it that darker route. So as remake goes, it's not bad. I absolutely recommend the original if you haven't seen it. It's a good old time to watch that movie. And maybe make it a double movie night and watch the remake, because it's definitely not bad. If you haven't watched it, give it a watch and let me know what you think about it. Compared to other remakes I've seen, all I'm saying is it's just not bad. So let me know what you think about these two movies in the comment section down below. If you think the remake is a fitting tribute to the original or not, why? Explain your thoughts down there for me to read and pick through. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more of my face and hear more of my voice. And thank you if you are subscribed already. And until next time, stay strange.